Good morning, students. Let us continue with our chapter Classification of Plants. We have seen that the plant kingdom is broadly classified as cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams are those group of plants which do not bear flowers. Cryptogams is further classified as Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. This is something which already we have learned. And we have learned the characteristics of the plants that comes under the group Thallophyta. Now today we are going to learn the characteristics of the plants that comes under the group Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. So let us start with Bryophyta. Children, when I am teaching the characteristic of Bryophyta, I will be comparing it with Thallophyta as well, so that it becomes easier for you to remember them. Always whenever we are learning the characteristics of 3-4 things, it's always better that we are comparing and we are reading, we are learning them, so that we are able to remember both the characteristics together. Okay, so I'm starting with the first one. If you remember, children, Thallophyta are those group of plants which grows in water. So Thallophyta grows only in water, but Bryophyta, it is also known as amphibian of Plantae kingdom. It is known as amphibian of Plantae kingdom. You know why, children, why it is known as amphibian of Plantae kingdom? First of all, you may be aware about what you mean by amphibian. Amphibians are those organisms which can live in water as well as on land. Similarly, Bryophyta, when I am talking about, they are that group of plants which can grow on moist soil, but needs water for reproduction. But they need water for reproduction. Hence, we say that they are amphibians of Plantae kingdom because they can easily grow on moist soil, but they definitely need water for reproduction. Whereas Thallophyta grows only in water. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second, if just like your Thallophyta, even Bryophyta do not have the different parts like leaf, stem and root. They do not have true leaf, stem and root. Even Thallophyta is not having, and Bryophyta is also not having true leaf, stem and root. Third, Bryophyta group of plants are multicellular. They are multicellular. Whereas if you remember, the Thallophytas can be unicellular or multicellular, both. But Bryophytas are always multicellular. If you are going to look at the next point, even just like your Thallophyta, even Bryophyta are autotrophic. They can prepare their own food, as even they contain chlorophyll. Okay. The next is this particular group of organism, Bryophyta. They can reproduce by spore formation. Let me tell you one thing, children. You may be aware, you have studied in lower class that there are two types of reproduction, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Spore formation is a type of asexual reproduction where a new plant can grow with the help of spores. You will be learning about them in 10th standard in detail. But right now, just you remember, spore formation is an asexual type of reproduction. And Bryophytas, they grow or they reproduce by spore formation. Is that clear? The next one. As we know that Bryophytas do not have true leaf, stem and root, but they have a root-like structure which is known as rhizoids. They have a root-like structure called rhizoids. This is something which is not present in our Thallophyta, but Bryophyta has got a root-like structure called as rhizoids. Just like our Thallophyta, even Bryophyta do not have conducting tissues. They do not have conducting tissues. I hope now you know what is conducting tissues. Again, just to remind you, they are nothing but xylem and phloem tissues. Xylem helps to carry water and minerals, and phloem helps to carry the food prepared by the leaf to all the parts of the plants, right? So they do not have the conducting tissue. If you remember, Thallophyta has got a soft and fiber-like body, but Bryophyta has got a flat and ribbon-like body. They will have flat and ribbon-like body. Is that clear, children? So these are the characteristics of Bryophyta. Again, I am recapitulating. Bryophytas are also known as amphibians of plantic kingdom because they can grow on moist soil, but they need water for reproduction. They also do not have true leaf, stem and root. They are multicellular. They are again autotrophics because they contain chlorophyll. They can prepare their own food. They can reproduce with the help of spore formation. It is a type of asexual reproduction. And Bryophytes reproduce with spore formation. They do not have true root, stem and leaf, but they have a root-like structure called rhizoids. They do not have conductive tissues. Their body is flat and ribbon-like. So these are the characteristics of Bryophyta. The examples of Bryophyta is the renowned example is moss. You know, children, what is moss? You may be seen during the rainy season. You can see green color thing on the walls or near the lakes and river bodies. You will find a green color thing, right? That is nothing but moss. It is known as Funaria. It is also known as Funaria. The other example can be Mercantia. Even that's an example of Bryophyta. We have one more example, that is Rixia. These are the examples of Bryophyta. If you are going to look into your textbook, children, the figure is given to you. This is the Funaria, the moss that we are talking about. This is Mercantia and this is your Anthoceros, which is again a Bryophyta. So these are the examples of Bryophyta. Children, I told you to draw the Spirogyra, which is a Thallophyta. Even these three diagrams you have to draw in your notebook. In the next video, we will learn about Pteridophyta. Thank you.